Yo, what's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Let's do NQ on one side, gold on the other. NQ's getting really nice extension through 700s. I mean, we're into the 740s now. Hey, what's good? What's good, guys? Let's lock right in if we can. Let's do gold on the left, NQ on the right. I've got resistance. I got upside resistance on NQ at 770s on the hourly. Apart from that, yeah, just seeing some extension. Broke out of the session range and 3 up close hourly candles into the 740s. Strong. See what gold's up to. Yep, what's it? What's up? Let's get it. Ooh. Gold's got an interesting setup. I want to see what it looks like on the daily. What market would you rather short? NQ or gold? NQ or gold? Gold's kind of floating around up here. I don't mind the... Well, let's take a look at gold. Like a little triple top on the hourly on gold. Triple top, 50% retracement, kind of back into these equal lows at 130s. So we're in range between 130 to 150. We're in like a little 20-point range, 200 tick range. If we start to like reject mid 40s here, I would kind of, if this if this hourly candle kind of comes up and rejects mid 40s, I'd be open to trying to take that entry with really tight risk. And then if we start to see sellers step back into it and start to retest maybe that equal low at 30, that's a 10-point move. It's 100 ticks, so there's enough room in there for us to kind of add into it and look for the break of that low. But let's see. I'm kind of interested in that. Risk maybe the highs if we break back above 50. NQ is just running here. NQ is getting a lot of buying. Yeah. Kind of mark out where I'm interested in gold possibly kind of getting pinned. I want to kind of see it get pinned in the 40s, in the mid 40s. So some type of validation in the 40s, like some kind of candle closure, or we have a candle kind of try to break out above low 40s into the mid 40s and then immediately get rejected back into the range we're currently in. Something like that would be a good setup for us to try to position ourselves, at that high with tight risk and look for a break at 30s, 130s. Hard to get in NQ long, it's just kind of running. Make sure this is all good. Or maybe we don't even see. Well, yeah, I'm interested in that gold. Let's see. A bet from Topstep when it start to scale more. Do you like straight to funded? I tend to like the test accounts more than the straight to funded accounts. They're just so expensive. All right, I'm gonna try to go ahead and get involved on the gold trade. I'm gonna put in like another order at 42, 43. If it gets filled, great. If not, that's fine. We're gonna risk 50s. I don't want to see it break back above 50s, but we'll try to position ourselves. If we can start to see some selling back into low 30s, try to position ourselves, and I'll try to add into it if we have enough room. We're talking about 10 points. So, I mean, there's room in there to maybe add into it if the price action on the way down is clean. But let's see. So you get a payout with live account? Yeah, I've taken a couple. Maybe 4120s is a possibility. So if we can get back down into like 35s, I would start trying to add. I wanted to move far enough away from my entry to where it's showing some type of proof that the trade could possibly work, and then we can start adding in. We're talking about adding in within like a 10-point range, so it's going to be played very tight. And is NQ going to take out yesterday's New York session highs at 67? We're only 10 points off. Only 10 points off. See if gold can get some follow through. I'm looking for a sell back into the 30s. If I start to see that, I want to try to add into it. But we're going to need a break. We're going to need to at least break like 50% of this 30 to 40 range. So under 35s, start to try to add into it for the break of 30. Yo, what's good, Snoop? Is Take Profit Trader legit with daily payouts? Yeah. Yeah, they are. They're solid. Look at NQ go here. NQ going to take New York session highs from yesterday. Brother, NQ's on a ripper right now. I think we're like 90, almost 100 points off the session open. Or opening print. Let's see. NQ. Open 668. Current bid 758. So we're 90 points up. 0.5% up so far. I want to preempt. I'm trying to figure out if I want to preempt this little break at 39 on gold. Oh, let's just sit in the 3 we got. Unicode are both shorting gold. Great traders think alike. I mean, it's really the only setup I kind of see. Just like a rebalancing play, maybe into the 20s if we can get 20s. Outside of that, NQ's ripping, crude is flat. Bitcoin maybe is a market we can look at. Take a look at Bitcoin. Oh, pretty weak price action on Bitcoin on the sell back to 102, 103. You just got these levels to the downside. You're kind of waiting for a bigger day to come in and sweep these out. I don't hate the Bitcoin short. I don't love the entry on it, but I don't hate that short. It's made 700 from M&Q with 10 micros. Nice. I mean, we could try to get long and just kind of chase that move up, but take a payout? Yeah, I'm taking payouts. That's what it's for. Live account, take payouts. I've taken a couple at this point. See what this pullback looks like on NQ. Stop loss on gold. I kind of manually stop it out if we start to run back through 50s. But I'll probably honestly stop it out before that. I'll look to fill like another order or two somewhere in the mid to low 40s. But if we start getting back into these highs at 50s, it's probably just cut it. We ripping? Yeah, every single market's ripping, I guess. Every single market. Or if I see some type of pin here off of 41, like 41 back into 39, I would probably add. I'm adding. I'm not going to go crazy, but I'm in 5 now. Okay, I'm in 5 micro gold, short 40. Let's see if we can get some follow through here. Pretty much looking for a retest of these lows at 30. Maybe a break. Depends on what the price action looks like. Maybe a break. Come on, gold. Let's see. Let's see what you got, gold. Dude, gold can get scary quick, low key. Even 5 micros. All right, we're gonna pull up. I want a higher time frame gold chart up. Let's do like the 5 minute. Pray for me, chat. I mean, we're short in gold. Pray for me. No stop. I'll stop it out manually. Do Alpha Futures pay out big amounts like 10K? They do, but you need to read the like fine print on some of these. Like you can request a big payout with Alpha. Like you can request a $15,000 payout, but you need $30,000 in profit because you can only withdraw 50% of your account balance. So kind of like that. Jared said, "Holy Macaulay, holy macaroni." Yeah, I've taken withdrawals actually from this account. This account's balance was a lot bigger. I've taken withdrawals. Use bookmap or footprint? Good question. No, and those are kind of volume-based indicators. The only volume-based indicator I use is the VWAP. It's only thing that includes volume that I use in my indicators. VWAP. Let's see if we can break 39s here. 39s. We can break 39, start to see some volume into the low 30s. Maybe we try to add into it, but it's going to need to... The price action is going to need to start to look a little cleaner. Otherwise... Because if we're kind of trying to chase this down a little bit, our stop's going to get... Because I like to add into it while it's making its move, but I don't like to risk more, right? Usually if I'm adding into it, I want to be break even. So literally try to follow it. You almost have to be perfect, though. And you need the price action to be perfect, too. Or close to perfect. All right, let's see. Testing the lows, 38. Let's see it break into the 30s. Any crazy 10K plus day recently? I haven't really had any crazy 10K plus days. I've had some bigger payouts in the last month or two, but not any crazy big days. Just haven't been trying to be a little more stable, honestly. Why don't you use Apex? Because I don't want to have to deal with payout denials. Okay. Like I said, kind of 35. If we can start to see some clear price action under 35, some stronger selling under 35, I would like to try to add into it. But I might regret that, but we'll see. Let's see. Right now we're only 2 points in the money. People just aren't profitable. Shit ruins the idea of trading. Got rich off SPY. You should just browse my page and stuff, man. Honestly, I'm not gonna try to like argue with you, but I'm very profitable. I promise you that much. A lot of people could tell you that, but just take a second, go look at my page, and you'll see. Let me know if InQ does anything crazy. I'm not even going to look at it at the moment. Getting word you're going to break your word? What word? Yeah, lower high. Yeah, a little bit. Kind of falling off the 40s. We'll see. See if we can get some momentum. That's always a question. You don't really know until you get it. So we're kind of just waiting to see. If we get momentum here, it would make this trade a lot cleaner and nice and more pleasant. But we'll see. Chat. This is kind of where I want to be adding, but I don't want to get caught in a wick and then get stopped out. If I add here, my stop will probably, I mean, my entry will be, if I add here, my entry will probably be like 38. Still a little too tight to try to be adding. Although that would be me trying to kind of preempt the break at 35, which I do think we'll get here. I could just add a little bit less. I want to get wicked out is the issue. Maybe we'll just stay with the 5. But usually, if this wasn't the overnight session, I would probably be adding here. Just because the range is a little bit bigger. I have more kind of room to manage the trade without just getting wicked out. But typically, I'd try to be adding here. In fact, I might. I just feel like there's a good chance I'll get wicked out if I do. Let's try to preempt it like 37, high 37s to turn around. See what I want to see so far, which is sell back down into like 35s. Just need, okay. We're not going to get, like I want to add, but I'm not. And if I wait too long, it's not going to be worth adding into because we're already getting the move. Let's just not. We're going to sit in the 5. Once I start thinking about it too much, I've already kind of, yeah. We wanted to, but it's tricky trying to add into them because it's usually a good idea, but you're going to deal with getting stopped out a lot more, especially when you're trying to add in such a tight range. Like we're only 4 points in the money. Okay, there's 135. This is looking good, man. Kind of want to see the 30s get tested. I'll probably start to cover some in the low 30s. Maybe we see 20s in the session. That would be ultimate goal. 34. Let's just cover like 1 there. Okay, covered 1 there. Let's go break even now that we've kind of moved not substantially away from my entry, but you know, we're 6 points off. Not even 6 points. 4 points. 5 points. Guys, I'm on Topstep TV tomorrow. I'm on Fast Markets Topstep TV tomorrow. That's the next time y'all see me after this stream. I kind of like this. I kind of like this on the tick chart, kind of the stair step pattern. This is what we see where sometimes I'll talk about setups like this, where it kind of just a slow bleed down into a double bottom or a level of support, and then we can pick up volume and flush it. Obviously, in context, right? We are in slow markets. We are in the Asia session. But this looks good. I think we get a nice flush through 30s here. This looks good. Kind of just fading hard down into the 30s. This will be the 3rd time we've tested it. Rejection at VWAP. Let's see if we can get a break at 30. Do you stream every day? That's the plan. I try to. That's the plan. Come on, brother. Let's just kind of break this range first before we start to bounce. You're not gonna? Watch me get taken out of this trade and not take anything out of it. That would suck. I want the 30s to get taken here. It might just hold the range. It's about where you'd want to see it if it was going to take that second step lower. 50% retracement off the lows. Yep, okay. Do I add into this, chat? Thumbs up if I add into it. I mean, I could. Nah, I'm not gonna. I do find it hard to scale into trades in the Asia session. It's just a little too choppy. Yeah, if this flushes 30s, this will be like a nice little $400 trade. I'll be happy with that. I've got it break even, so it's a free trade. I've locked in 40. This setup, you know, usually gives you a break at 30s before we see my entry again. Typically, I see that. Let's just see. Fingers crossed. I would just like to see this dip under 30s a little bit in the session. We haven't really seen it trade under 30 so far in this overnight session. Yeah, we haven't seen it under 30 so far in this overnight session. But with that rejection at 50s and then kind of sellers taking control at VWAP, we're testing the 30s for like the 4th time in the session. I think we see 20s, at least high 20s. If I can get out at high 20s, that would be, for me, a nice solid execution, solid exit. To kind of get out in the high 20s. I would be more than happy to do that. Let's see it. One more push through 30s. I would end the trade here. I mean, that's a thought. That's a thought. That's a thought. Are you trading your Tradeify account too? I'm actually not. I need to. It's really hard to manage all these accounts. I do have a Tradeify live account that I need to trade. I do find it a little difficult to manage all of them. I like managing a lot of them, but it's really difficult to actually manage a lot of them. Chat tends to like more when I trade the Topstep live account. It's just a little more pretty to trade that instead of the Tradeify live account. You have tried TradeSyncer? I do have TradeSyncer. But the Tradeify live account is on Tradeivate, and the Topstep live account's on Project X, so I don't think I can copy trade them. All right, let's see break at 33. 33. I'm not gonna let this order go too far off. Yeah, this looks good. This looks so good. This looks so good. How many accounts do you trade? Topstep live account, Tradeify live account, Trade Day accounts, Take Profit Trader accounts, My Funded Futures accounts, Funded Next accounts, Funding Ticks accounts, Alpha accounts. I know I'm missing some. Yeah, dude, like I said, milk every prop firm 2025. That's Operation Milk Every Prop Firm 2025. All right, we're sitting at about 300 profit here, but I really don't see the 30s holding on this test. Otherwise, I would be stepping out of it. I mean, there's a risk that we do hold, but I'm looking for the break at 30. We haven't seen 20. We haven't even seen 29 so far in the session. We've been a point off a couple times. I want to see 20. I want to see a 29 print, and then I want to be getting out in the 29, 28s. Let's get it. Six affiliates, a lot of, you know what, you guys want to hear something? I don't make that much money from affiliates. Most of my money's honestly just from trading. There's a nice exhaustion wick 34s. Let's see the break at 30s. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. So in hindsight, we were talking about maybe trying to scale into this, add into this. It's a little harder to actually execute that in the overnight session, which is a little bit choppier. Some of the follow through isn't always as nice because it requires clean price action, like clean follow through to try to add into a position, right? Because you don't want to add more risk to the trade, but by nature, adding into the position, you're increasing your size. You can't leave the stop where it's at, right? For me, when I'm trying to add in, I want it to be a free trade while I'm adding into it. That really gets me going. If it can be a free trade, if I can keep that stop at break even while I'm adding size into that, that's what I want. But a lot of things have to happen. You have to have clean price action. You don't always get the cleanest price action in the overnight session. So we didn't really showcase kind of the scaling in that I like to do, but you guys see me do that on Topstep TV and stuff like that sometimes when we have cleaner price movement. But dude, that really that's what I really get excited about. When I can throw like size onto a trade while that trade's free. That's what I love. Now, do a lot of those trades not work out and they come and kick me out of the trade because I'm, following it so tight? Yeah, but dude, when those hit, they're so solid. I like Asia trading better than New York session. I mean, there's a lot of people that prefer Asia session. It's a solid session. Definitely requires patience. It's a good spot to get started as a beginner. Kind of ground yourself a little bit. Learn to not FOMO into things. FOMO into candles. Is there a reason why I would dump lower? I mean, there is. You have continued higher lows and rejections from 50s now down to 40s. Sellers have control so far in the session as it's under VWAP. We've tested the 30s 3 or 4 times. So I'm a bit of an optimist, and statistically, the more that you test a level, the more likely it is to break. We've tested the 30s here 3 or 4 times in the session. And honestly, yeah, and as it continues to show us lower highs on the way down, I tend to look, it kind of forms into a breakout trade. It was originally like a scalp range trade, but now that the price action is validating what I'm seeing, it's now, okay, so I've partialed out of some of it on the bottom of the range, but I'm still seeing the price action I want to see. We haven't had a 29 print so far in the session. We're seeing, still bearish sentiment in the market. So now it's kind of it's funny how trades can evolve from like a scalp range trade to now this is a breakout trade. I've already locked in some profit. I'm partialing. Now this is a breakout trade. We're looking for the break of session lows at 30s. Woo! Order filled. Come on, baby. Come on. That's exactly what I wanted. That is exactly what I wanted. Just 29.28 print. It can do whatever it wants from here. Let's leave a trailer and let it, like, mid-20s is a good little spot to exit. 320, man. Let's go. Maybe I'll just pop it. 26. We're out of there. 27.3. That's really clean price action. I mean, that's just gold, though. Maybe we need to start moving to gold a little bit, because that's really clean. That's just clean follow-through. I feel like when I try to take an NQ trade like that, it's never that simple. That was a clean 15, 20 point trade, man. Didn't have to worry about any crazy wick out or anything like that. Just kind of clean delivery down through 30s. Beautiful. 440 on the session on that little scalp trade, dude. Gold is a clean one, huh? That's a clean market right there. That's a clean market, bro. Yeah, we might have to trade. We might have to trade gold a little bit more, man. That was, I mean, that's flawed. That's seamless. I could find me having more success trying to scale into the gold market than NQ market. It's just so many wicks in NQ. In fact, I want to make the transition to start trading ES a little bit more. Yeah, if this was NQ, it would not have been so clean like that. Obviously, I mean, we're talking about metals and indexes. They're totally different markets. They're not going to move the same to begin with, but more or less, it's hard to get a clean move like that on NQ. And a predictable move, mind you. You know what I mean? Like, there had to be a certain level of predictability to this trade that I had the confidence to get in and look for that setup. NQ will give you clean price legs like that, but they're kind of hard and unpredictable when they do happen, in my opinion. But yeah, that was a clean trade, man. So look, I'll put the executions up. This was the kind of the idea. That was sick. That was sick. So yeah, we opened there in the 30s. Kind of had an initial push up out of the session, opened into the 50s, which is now resistance on the hourly. Now resistance on the hourly. Had a nice sell back into session lows, put in an equal low there. 50% retracement of that range from high to lows, 30s to 50s. So kind of 40s, we start to see some rejection. Sellers step back in, hold it under VWAP, and then we get a nice clean price leg through session lows. And that's what I wanted to see, like 20s. Just wanted to see a 20 print. Clean, clean, clean. Okay, guys. Yeah, dude, let's dip out. I'm going to be on Topstep TV tomorrow. Yeah, dude, trade prop firms. If you guys want to save money with any prop firms, my fund futures, Tradeify, Take Profit, Apex, Funding Ticks, Alpha. Look, we come on here and I just trade. I actually really like coming on here and just trading for y'all. If y'all want to use my code, sick. If not, cool. But having said that, we're just going to do a one and doneer. I mean, that was probably the cleanest trade we're going to see so far tonight. If you can get a nice trade in the overnight session, no need to kind of keep forcing it. It's good. You're going to wake up tomorrow. You're going to look at your P&L. Okay, you have a profit buffer, right? You have more drawdown now in kind of as your profit buffer. So you a little more, what do they call that, house money to play with. So it's nice. It's nice to do that and just wait till tomorrow morning and we'll see some better setups tomorrow. But yeah, we'll dip off. If you guys wanted to use any of the prop firms, code BPC. Like I said, I will be live on Topstep TV tomorrow, man. I will be live on Topstep TV tomorrow. Topstep TV live tomorrow, YouTube. Every Monday and Wednesday, by the way. Mark it down. Every Monday and Wednesday, more or less, it seems to be my schedule. Every Monday and Wednesday morning. All right, guys. I'm not going to talk your head off. I appreciate y'all for hanging out, coming to the streams every day. And I will see y'all in the next one. God bless y'all. Have a great night. I will see y'all tomorrow night. And I will